Yes, he's one of the best.
I love it.
Well, actually, like, he is the best, like, because, like, he's the only one I've worked with, so, yeah. All right, good. No, I think we're on Raw right now. All right, hello. We're doing another episode of the Mental Threads podcast. I have another return guest by the name of Jena Poston. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I cannot complain. Yeah, me and Miss Jena Poston have done an episode back in October 26, 2022. I don't remember that. I had to look at it.
It's so crazy how long ago that was.
Yes, episode 119. Yes. We had a conversation about, like, her interest in marketing, and that's pretty much your thing, right? Marketing.
Correct.
Yes. And, like, her journey from Winston to UNCC, where you were running track, right?
No.
You did sports, volleyball.
I played soccer, like, in high school.
Okay, soccer. And then, like, in college, you didn't play sports?
I dropped it, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know why I went with track. Everybody runs track.
Definitely not a track star.
She's a runner. You play soccer.
I mean, yeah.
She's a soccer star in this case. But we're just pretty much just catching up in this episode and just want to hear more from your background. So how have things changed?
A lot has changed just based on who I'm working with, the more resources that I have. Because I just rebranded last August as a business consultant because I work for a tax preparation company, so it's financial services. So I'm now able to offer financial management on top of the other things I was doing. So I'm now seen more as like a one-stop shop. And that was kind of always the goal. Marketing was just more of something that I was able to do because obviously that's what I studied at UNC Charlotte. So once I began to meet people and then we were able to collab and start partnerships, because another partnership that I made was all things blockchain. They're Web3 development, so they help with AI consulting, app development. So it just really made me realize that I can do so much more, obviously based on the people that I know and just the people that I've impacted. So a lot has changed, and it's just been more of the journey of just being flexible with that and just realizing whatever plan that I thought I had was a lot bigger now than what I ever expected, which is a good thing. Sometimes it could be a bad thing, but it's just about the balance of it. So
that's really, really dope. So it's like you used to be like so you're like a financial advisor currently, or
technically, yeah. I'm able to help with like LLC corporations, so helping with people with filing, doing personal and business taxes, and there's different things as far as like helping people as far as like creating like a budget and being like an accountant. So
that is useful. Like very useful.
Very much
and everything. So it's like, obviously you went to school for marketing. How do you like transition into like, finances and stuff? Because I got ADHD. I don't know. Like, I'm working at LPL Financial, and it's just like, I'm really thugging it out right there. Like, I'm just like, I follow the protocols. That's my thing.
Yeah, I just play different roles. So once I step into the office, I just know what I have to do. And just kind of the people that I'm surrounded with, they're able to really like guide me. Because like the person that owed the company, the company is called Remedy Tax. So he's had it for 20 plus years. So he knows the in and outs of like financial literacy. So all last year I was just absorbing information. And then of course, like making sure when you're filing taxes, like when you make mistakes, like don't make them because it's a make or break of whether or not someone receives a bigger refund or not. And I will also say another good thing, if you have ADHD, oolong tea is so detrimental.
Oh. So it doesn't help?
No, it does.
Oh, okay.
Like, it will help you stay focused and, like, to be wired. So that's what I've realized. So I just drink my tea and I just chill.
Oh, okay. So it just helps you focus, oolong tea and everything.
There's something, like, it does to your brain. Rappers rap about it, too. Like, oolong tea, sipping on whatever. Like, it's a known thing, and it's spelled OOLONG.
I don't think, like, what kind of rappers you listen to? Like, oolong chicken? I ain't never heard oolong tea.
I don't want to say his name incorrectly, but is it Larry Jones one?
Oh, Larry June?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That seems like something Larry June.
Yeah,
it's like they're talking about oolong tea now. Like, okay, yeah. So it's like an underground thing. Not
it is underground, but literally it is coming from the ground.
It was like people are literally talking about just like sipping lean and type shit. Like, I ain't never heard nothing about no oolong tea. Like
the positive rappers, let's just say that.
I think I saw Larry June at Dreamville Fest a couple years ago and
Okay, cool.
everything. They're about to go on to the last Dreamville Fest. I'm gonna be so heartbroken about it, for real, because it's like it's such a big part like of me and everything to go to Dreamville and everything. And like now it's gone.
I haven't been.
You haven't been? Yeah, dang, that sucks.
I probably should go, right? If it's the last one.
Yeah, you would fit right in because like everybody's just, it feels like a family reunion every time we come back and everything. Because I actually joined a group chat. We all just like basically just took a group picture and everything like that. It was hard to keep track of each other like throughout the day, but you know that one group chat picture, like I gotta print that out. So it's really dope.
Fire.
But it's like, but yeah, I saw Larry June out there. It's like I keep trying to remind myself to listen to more Larry June like songs and everything. What are some go-to Larry June's tracks that you would recommend?
I couldn't even tell you.
Couldn't even tell me?
If I'm just being honest.
Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. But you actually are familiar with this discography to like, you know, feel like you kind of relax with this music.
Because I think it was a couple songs I listened to, and when I was doing research on the T, he popped up.
Oh,
so that's why I said that.
So the T came before Larry June. Basically,
yeah.
in the research.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Oh, wow. That's so dope. I might have to get some, too. Like, if it helps me be more, like, productive and everything. It helps with productivity in a sense.
Creativity, locking in as far as, like, you staying on task. Like, it helps if you really do have ADHD, for real.
Okay, nice. And it's like, you know, I know we've spoken about, like, you coming from, like, Winston-Salem and everything. It seems like you're not really visiting Winston too often like that.
Yeah, there's really nothing in Winston for me anymore for me to go back to.
Except maybe family.
I don't even have family in Winston, for real.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of my family all moved.
Oh, really?
Because, like, when I first graduated high school, my parents moved to Charlotte before I moved.
Oh, wow.
So I went to ECU my freshman year. So I was going from Greenville to Charlotte, like doing that 4-hour commute. And then once I was just always commuting back here, I really liked Charlotte and like the vibe and everything. It seemed like there was something that I can actually do here as far as expanding, networking. So I just decided to apply to UNC Charlotte, and that's what brought me here. But yeah, there's no family for me like in Winston. And then as far as, like, the friends that I know, the ones that are left, no shade, but it's just, like, they're kind of, like, stuck in Winston.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. I mean, I know it's a huge transition trying to leave, like, your hometown and everything, but it seems like it kind of came a little bit more seamlessly for you and everything. So you say, like, Charlotte's just, so you feel like you can, I don't want to say you feel like you can start a life here because you've already started a life here, but you kind of been here long enough where it's just, like, you don't really see yourself anywhere else.
I mean, I'm definitely going to leave Charlotte eventually. This was a good stomping ground for me, but it's time for me to expand. There's a lot of things that me being here I've learned as far as people's mindsets, and I don't want to shit on Charlotte.
No, it's fine. It's okay. Like, you know, like I've been here my whole life. Like, don't see it as shitting on it. Like, a lot of people possibly would agree.
Yeah, just the people that you would need to know in Charlotte, I know, and people that I don't even have to really, like, get to know, but, like, you just catch their vibe, and when you finally, like, get close to them or whatever, like, a lot of people are just pretending in this city.
Yes.
And it's very much facade-based, very much everyone thinks they have it all together. Everyone, quick money this, but it's like how you guys actually are in real life is not that. So why pretend? This is why, for me, I feel like everyone tries to say Charlotte could be like Little Atlanta, but we'll never be close to that.
But it's like, I feel like that's such like a sad like goal to like reach and everything, because Atlanta's a southern metropolitan in itself. But it's a southern metropolitan that identified with itself, like, and everything. We can't just identify with other cities and be, oh, we're going to be a little Memphis, or we're going to be, a little New York. And it's like, well, why can't we just be big Charlotte and everything?
I agree. Charlotte doesn't really have, like, culture. We just have breweries and a random Panther stadium. We're not winning any games. And
I mean, we used to, man. That was a decade ago. We were killing it, man. And it's just
But you gotta remember, like, Cam Newton really was creating an environment for the city.
He really was, and now it's like now he's at a point where I don't even think he gets checks from NFL anymore. Which is like that's so disrespectful. Like to treat somebody that's like Tom Brady was set, like and Peyton Manning was set. Yeah. But it's like Cam Newton. It's like we feel like we just gave him nothing. He just literally destroyed his body to get a touchdown for a whole season, for us to literally win almost every single game, and then it's just like just the shade. I just feel like they just didn't treat him right. Like, and I feel like that's really biting us now because it's like who wants to play for like a team that's like gonna just like shit on them like that afterwards.
Exactly. And honestly, it's just like if you look at urban entertainment, like that, it's not fluid. Everything, like, these clubs aren't lasting. Yeah. Like, it's meant for it, though. That's why they didn't revive the Epicenter. That's why they're gentrifying Charlotte. Like, they really don't want it to be urban. They really want it to be breweries. I mean, I'm sorry, just white people, banks, like that type of vibe, corporate, not anything else. So I feel like they've manipulated a lot of situations to where certain things aren't just successful.
I mean, that's actually the first take I've actually taken of like that in regards to it, because it's like Epicenter was a minute ago, really, like that was during the time we had CIAA and everything, and it's just like now it's like it's all
exactly,
and it's like I feel like we're still trying to like push to create vibes and everything, and we're trying to set stuff up, but then it just nobody supports, nobody shows up as much as they should. Shout out to like Trey Rhodes for actually setting up things like various events. You've been to Trey Rhodes events, right? Yeah,
I worked with him a little bit.
Yeah, he's dope and everything. And he has the art factory out for all those that don't know. I need to pass by there. It's been a minute and everything since I passed by. It's everything. But it's
he's been grinding. He's been consistent. But like doing anything when it comes to supporting creatives who don't get much support in Charlotte. Because I was doing things like putting ciphers together, artist showcases, fashion shows, and it was just becoming exhausting of just like trying to bring people together, trying to support the people that need it the most. But like everyone just wants to pop bottles. Everyone just wants to like drink mimosas and get fucked up. So it's like you can't compete with something that's like the sheep mindset of not trying new things and not wanting to actually like, oh, let's go to something else. Let's do something different. But that's just what the norm is.
Yeah, so it's like even Adrian Nice, when I had him on, he really brought apart like in the music industry in Charlotte, it's like there's a lack of infrastructure. And I feel like it's not just music now. It's like really everything.
Everything
has a lack of infrastructure.
Talking about Adrian Maldonado.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
No, seriously, he's dope. Have you been on the show before?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, really? Have you been on the G Rich show? I mean, the Granville Richard show? I've had him on yesterday. We were talking about like just doing this whole extended podcast universe in Charlotte and everything. Because all the podcasters, like we're pretty cool and everything.
Yeah,
but it's just like
as you should be.
Yeah, and it's just like if we could just find a way to just kind of build like a channel or something like that, where we could just like all of our stories are just put in one place, where everybody could be able to witness in Charlotte. Then it's just like we can pretty much get it situated. I'm trying to see, because it's like you are like the 182nd episode, so that makes you the 32nd episode. I'm trying to make like the 40th like live episodes. I can be able to create reels and everything as I'm closing the season. So it's just like there's a lot of like content people can look over in between, like, because it's just like it's really just once you create a whole lot of content for people to like delve into, they're just like there's a lot more bang for your buck you can be able to put out there and everything like that. And now with videos, like now they can just see how things have changed between the seasons and everything too. And stuff. So it's just like when y'all hop on, thank you for the support, and kind of put out these stories, it kind of brings more light to situations like this and issues like this. And it's like I truly agree. There is a lack of infrastructure. And it's like I feel like we're that generation that's kind of like trying to fight to kind of get that situated and trying to make those strides happen. But it's like, what are some things that we need to do as like a city to kind of get that situated?
I mean,
I know we ain't got like answers, but you kind of poked upon it. It's just like
I did. Yeah. I just feel like people just have to be more real in the city and stop pretending and stop trying to gatekeep as well.
Yeah, gatekeeping was there's no point.
It doesn't make any sense to me because of like if you're a resource to somebody, you are a vehicle to their success. So why would you not want to be a point of contact? Because if they make you look better, that's only going to be a referral for someone else. So just the whole networking of what it's supposed to be like. People just don't know how to like pour into each other. Everyone just wants to be like, oh, I'm that guy, or I'm this, I'm that. And it's like, does that really matter, though?
It really doesn't. I know they try. It's just, it's a lot of delusion with inflated egos that I'm
Very
seeing,
much.
like a lot. And it's just like, even though I was in high school and everything, there was a dude who used to like pretend that he was like this producer. I'm a producer. I don't want to be no rapper and everything. He would like be overly critical, but even about like my music, and the music ain't even come out yet, and nothing like that. Like you're putting all this energy and trying to sabotage others and like talk mess about each other's, create rumors on each other's and everything. And then like he didn't do anything. He just dropped like 4 like beats. That's all. He thought 4 beats, and it's like, it's, I don't want to say it's so bad, because it's like, I don't want to just look down on the people. Everyone has a career, but it's like, if that's all you dropped since 2017 and everything, and people are just like inflating, like putting you on a pedestal type stuff. And it's just like, you have nothing to show for it type stuff. It's just like, you know, I feel like hard work, it might not get like the immediate awards right then and there, but it's like your hard work is like your resume.
Oh,
it
is.
That's just like, it's really just, it's a reflection of your character. Your character is a big part of your brand. And so if you're like that type that just like, you talk all this shit and you'd be like, oh, like I'm the best, and you have nothing to show for it. People just side eye you, you know, in the bigger world. Charlotte, people in Charlotte might look at you some type of way over something like, okay, he gets new shoes, he gets new polo. His parents bought him that. Like, but it's just like, and they might look at you as that guy, but it's like, then it fizzes out. And it's like, okay, well, now what?
It doesn't last long.
Now you got to delete all your social medias because you had to face the reality that you was a bum the whole time.
Exactly. And that's a lot of the issue that's going on with nightlife, for sure. And I realized that a lot when I got more into like the celebrity booking of like, who actually has money.
Yeah, don't even get me started. I work at Onyx and everything.
Oh yeah.
They said they were gonna have Kevin Hart. No Kevin Hart. All those balloons. And it's like, I don't want to talk shit, but it's like, dude, like what? It's just like, come on.
But this is why a lot of celebrities don't even want to come to Charlotte, because our reputation is bad when it comes to like business. Yeah. The handling is horrible.
So bad, and it's just like, that's just bad. It's like, that's how people view our town and everything, because we are a major city, like in terms of populace and like that banking city, like these are major banks, like Truist, Bank of America, you know, things like that and stuff. Like this is a hospice, even though it's like, it's very much corporate and everything, and it kind of takes out from, it's just like the personality and the soul from the city and everything. And it's just like, it's sad, but it's just like, you know, that shouldn't be the be all tell all. Like we had CIAA at one point, and I think, did they go to Chicago? Where did they go?
I don't remember.
Or did they go to Baltimore? I think they went somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's like,
lost a lot of money for the city.
Yes, we're still trying to recover from that.
Yeah.
And the epicenter is like a literal ghost town now. Like I know they got the bowling alley and the Red Eye Diner still there, but it's like, oh, I'm about to go to Red Eye Diner. Like, you know, it's just like,
it's nothing.
It's whatever. I remember they had Studio Movie Grill, and that's where I would be able to go to like catch my movies and everything.
Yeah, and then it turned into a nightclub, SMG.
Yeah, SMG Studio Movie Grill.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, like the club with the movie aesthetic kind of mixing together. Because it's like, you can come for 2 things. You just come and chill and then still catch a movie.
I mean, because like, again, if we're going to be compared to Atlanta, it's like, for me, you have to make money at night and during the day.
Yes, you got to make money during the day.
And this 2 a.m. thing, it's just not going to cut it. And there's like certain celebrities would not want to come here because of our 2 a.m.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Onyx be open till like 5, even 4 a.m. and everything.
I mean, yeah, that's a strip club, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I mean, we had Walk of Flame and Lil Boosie that one time.
Yeah.
And who else? We had Big X The Plug come in one time, but that was random and everything. So it's like, I mean, I guess there's some traction to that degree and everything, but it's just like, it's just a lack of infrastructure. Like, once again, it's just like, I feel like there's a lack of faces in Charlotte as well. Like, when you think about Charlotte, famous faces, you think automatically Cam Newton, that's one. Yeah. And the Baby, that's another. We're back on. Yeah, we're back on. This is only the increment. But it's like, the Baby in particular, but he got blacklisted because of that thing that happened, those comments that was made.
Never say anything about the LGBTQ community.
I mean, he didn't really necessarily go at them. It was more generalized. So if you've been to like a HBCU like party or whatever, like literally, it's just banter. But I feel like there's a time and place for everything. Yeah. And he didn't have to focus on that. Like I'll agree to that degree, but really, I didn't think it was harmful.
I mean, no, but again, that was during that era where it was like very much sensitive. Yeah. Don't say anything. I don't agree with it, but it's one of those things. Like that's when you realize, like, wow, like they really have taken over. Like,
yes, like they made an example of him quick, because dude was on SNL. SNL, yeah, SNL. Like I know I had to say it like 3 times, but it's like, that's a big like hoop for like the city, and he was like out here in Houston and everything. He was really promoting and doing what he needed to do. So like I commend him for that. And he still has my support.
I mean, for me though, the whole DaBaby situation was just wild because he's done way worse. Way worse. Disrespecting women, things of that nature, and you make one comment and that's what's gonna ruin your career, not you shooting a man at Walmart, things like that. Regardless of it happening for a good, like for him defending himself, but still, that didn't do anything to his career. It blew him up. And then even with the thing that happened with what was his baby mama's name?
I forgot.
Is it Danny Lee?
Yeah, Danny Lee. Yeah, that was the name.
Yeah.
Is she an R&B singer? What does she do exactly?
Yeah, she's an R&B singer. Like, she has a little career. I'm going to say a little. She has a music career, but, yeah.
The baby mama thing just overtook
the
whole image.
It really did. But he was disrespecting her on live, things like that. That did nothing to his career.
Yeah, and then he beat up his brother. Her brother, my brother.
Yeah, just so many things.
And then her brother tried to sue him for beating him up, even though he literally set up the whole fight in the first fight. Like, making the whole city just look sad, bro. It's like, bro, what? And can't even get started with the Cam Cohart situation. Like, why are you messing with him at the store and everything? So I sympathize with him a lot on these things because it's like they was giving him a hard time from the jump. Like, it's just like, this is like literally somebody you should be tapping in with, trying to work with. Trying to like, and even at the same time, we got to meet each other in the middle. Like from like, okay, the baby is like, you become this celebrity. And like, we're still trying to get over that threshold. It's like, okay, let's see if we can set up a situation where you can host like an event and where other artists can be able to get a little bit of like shine and everything to perform whatever. And then he could be the main, thing. Right. And we can get like other artists from other cities too. Like, like maybe a Lil Boosie or a Waka Flocka or whatever. Yeah. Just something. Just something, you know what I mean? Like, to just give more eyes to the city that isn't just negative and everything, but then,
Yeah, his rep isn't that great, but it is what it is.
It truly is what it is, but it's like, but it is something to learn from in terms of just like, marketing new artists or just new anybody in Charlotte and everything. And one thing it's like I'm very happy about in this decade is like I feel like a lot of people are starting to put themselves out there a little bit more. So it's really just a matter of just setting up like the infrastructure to actually put them out like outside of Charlotte, because once somebody is popping in another city, then we can get behind them in Charlotte. Yep. And that's one thing I'm starting to notice like a lot. What is your stance on stuff like that? Like us being a quote unquote dick rider city.
I mean, that's exactly my plan. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And then
I feel
like leaving, because they say like other cities will show you love versus like the one that you've been at, whatever. And then once you handle what you need to, you can always come back. Then you're treated different. Yeah,
but that could be positive or negative because like people might be jealous.
But at the end of the day, you gotta. I mean, that's part of the game.
That's part of it.
At the end of the day, it creates you seeing you as more exclusive because you no longer have accessibility from like the people that you are around. Because obviously people like take it for granted. They always see you, blah, blah, blah. So once you leave the city and come back, it does make a difference. But yeah, I guess I can see the whole like jealousy thing, but
this is something they had to learn to get over. But I don't know. I feel like they do the absolute most. That's the thing that just kind of throws me off. It's just like, it's okay to feel some type of way or whatever. We're all human. Like, it's fine to be envious. But the whole point of feeling envious is the process, like, where you're at in life to motivate you to do something more with your life. Yeah. Not to settle on that emotion, like, for an extended period of time. Like, oh, yeah, I'm about to cause a scene at the Walmart. Oh, yeah, I'm about to cause a scene at South Park Mall of all places. And it's just like I feel like it's just lack of exposure. I feel like it comes back to that identity thing. It's like when you have a lack of identity for the city, like you have lack of standard for that city. Like people in LA would never let certain people act that goofy publicly. Or people in New York wouldn't let people act that goofy. Well, let me take that back.
Yeah,
because then I think back about like
people are
Tekashi
wildin'.
69.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, there actually are wild. Let me take that back. But before then, at least like there was an extensive history where it's just like, okay, a lot of these things go right. It's like, but then it's like with us, it's like we're just starting, and then we're already like fucking up in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta like stay focused and just make sure like the people that are around you like actually are meant like want to see you win. If you have one bad apple, that could make everything tumble.
Yeah, it could spoil the whole bunch. I think that's where you're going. It's like,
no, 1,000,000%. That's why it's very important. Like the people that I have like are genuine and actually like bring something to the table. Because like there's a lot of times during my journey that like I met people that were just using me, met people who really didn't have good intentions. And time will tell.
Yes, time always reveals.
You just got to make sure you got to keep it pushing and, cut them off. I'm quick to cut someone off, and that's just part of it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm an Aquarius, man. That's what I do. It's like, as soon as something irritates me, it's like, as soon as you start acting weird, I'm like,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah, that's it.
It just is what it is.
It is what it truly is. Now, in regards to, like, your goals, I know you say that you want to be able to relocate to a different city. Like, what are some towns that you have in mind? Is it Houston? I feel like it's Houston.
All my exes live in Texas. You feel me?
Is that like real thing, or are you just quoting?
I'm just quoting.
Okay.
But yeah, Texas, I've definitely thought about that. I don't want to say Atlanta, but it has been maybe an option because it's not too far, but far enough. But Texas is number one.
Texas is number one.
Yeah.
So I did guess right.
You did.
All right, because everybody's going to Texas, but I understand because it's like you can get big houses for like the low, and I'm just like you get a nice house for like a $500 down payment and everything.
Sheesh.
And it's
just the property taxes over there is crazy.
Yes, no, for real. And it's just like, but there isn't any town in particular in Texas. You just say just Texas in general.
So I have some family in Houston, so I've been looking at that. I've looking at Dallas. So those are the two. Don't know when. But obviously, like, during tax season, I'm always going to have to be in Charlotte. So at least it's 3 months out of the year that I would have to be here if I generally, made that full commitment.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you already got everything planned out already and everything. Cause I'm thinking about relocating to DC.
Okay.
For a little bit, really just to get my MBA. It just depends on how these next couple months go because like the at Howard University, I think the deadline to apply is in April, and I still got to take
Howard?
the GMAT. Yeah, because my dad used to work at the hospital over there, so it's like, which is crazy because like I'm trying to get my brother to go out. Like, bro, they'll let you go for free if you go here. Like, it's just crazy. Why are you sleeping on this? I don't want to go. I want to stay with my friends. I'm just like
comfortable.
Okay. Like, it's like, bro, like, do you know how extensive the alumni is in Howard and everything? But it's just like, I guess he just didn't realize it. But I really just want to go there, really, because I feel like it'd be a challenge, one. And I've stayed in Arlington, Virginia for a while, so I'd be in and out of D.C. for a little bit, like, for the summer. So it's just, I just fell in love with the city, thought it was dope, thought it was like a new breath of fresh air and everything.
Yeah. And
just the whole area from D.C., Maryland, and Virginia and everything. It's just like, just that whole area is just like,
Yeah.
Someone just spoke to me. I just feel like I belong there just for a little bit, just for a little bit.
Yeah, I've been to D.C. twice.
And how you feel about it? Smelled like weed, huh?
So it's actually crazy. The first time I went to D.C. was on January 6th.
Oh, wow. Oh, God.
I know, and every time I say that, people are like, were you marching the Capitol? Like, no.
No, like, I didn't say that. But, like, maybe you might bumped into them on the way there. It's just like, oh, man.
So we were there. Like, I was with a group, and we were protesting for a lady. We were wanting to get Michelle West pardoned, and she actually got pardoned this year. So shout out to that.
Dope.
So, yeah, that was, 4 years ago when that situation happened. So we were definitely there, but, when the actual stampede situation happened, we actually were eating pizza went on like a lunch break. So I had to, because I remember it
Like,
was
where was you? Oh, no, I was just eating pizza. No.
I know, and I wish, I'm not gonna lie, there's a reason, because if I was gonna be there and I saw it, like I would have walked through the Capitol, just because I've been like, cool, like let's see what it looks like. Nothing like aggressive, and I think that was the majority like of the people, you know what I mean? Innocently, they were walking through it like it was a museum. So
I guess they just missed out on that one field trip. And just like,
exactly. So out of like curiosity, I definitely would have walked in there. You would have seen me on camera with my big hair, and I would have been in jail.
Nah,
it is what it is.
I want nothing to do with that because it was just doing too much. Like, bro, like, and the thing, Donald Trump went back in the office this year anyway, so it's just like they just did all that for what?
You know.
Don't even want to get into politics. I'm just like, I'm so indifferent to it because I'm just like, okay.
I'm gonna say that's a whole rabbit hole conversation of just like, I don't even want to be considered a conspiracy theorist, but just a lot gets seen on social media, but how it really is in like real life is never the same.
Of course, never.
It's easy to paint a picture.
I'd rather root for professional wrestling. Because it's just like, I don't know, it feels more real that way. Like this doesn't feel very real, to be honest. Because it's just like, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I ain't got no opinions or whatever against whoever won or whoever did this. Because at this point, I feel like this past couple of years, people kind of been dragging their feet. Like, no one's been, like, inspired. Everyone just feels threatened. Like, I need to vote. Or it's like, oh, my freedom is going to be, or I need to vote. I can't have these people here. You know, it's just like,
everyone has, like, secret agendas, though. And it's just like,
nobody realized that.
Just do your own research. Understand what exactly is actually going on. Not you looking at Shade Room or watching the news and thinking that's, like, valuable resource, because it's not.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of our news from Shade Room, bro, and it's like it's practically a blog when you think about it, and it's just like I just feel like that's just real life now.
Yeah, it is,
and everything, and it's
it
like
definitely is.
So far, I feel like the year's kind of starting off pretty well, like because I got a cousin or whatever, he got pardoned like from prison, and he's able to come home and everything because it was just like a situation where it's like I can't go like deep, you know, I might have to get him on too, but it's just like he was there for like a really long time and everything, and just because you're just with the wrong people at the wrong time, and then all those years are just gone type stuff. So I was just like, once I really got that call before I came here, like I literally got that call before I even came here. Like I was like fighting tears. I'm like, what? Really? He's coming home? That's amazing. So it's just like so like the year's already starting off pretty good on that note. So like I'm just gonna be focused really this year. Like I feel like that just goes for everyone, no matter what's going on, whoever you voted for or whatever. Like, you know, dude, at the same time, it's your life. You know, what you do for your life is your decision making. That's gonna make or break your life. I mean, some people might influence it to a certain degree, but you don't want to put yourself in a victimhood type state where you think like where people are above you and that's what's affecting your life. You know, because that takes away your power away. When people take your power away, you're gonna be left helpless. You know, and I truly believe that.
I definitely agree.
Yes, most definitely. But tell us more about DC. What was your experience? How good was the pizza?
It was great, you know. And then I did go again, probably like 6 months later. Went out, saw the vibe. I actually like DC.
Yeah, it's a good spot and everything. You know, because my dad stayed in Northern Virginia for a while and everything, and I would visit from time to time, and it's just like, it just kind of feels like fresh, you know, especially if you lived in Charlotte for an extensive period of time and everything. It's good to just go to a spot where it's like, you know, like people, I don't want to say like people in DC have more purpose or whatever. Yeah. But it's like, it's good to just kind of change like your environment. You know, most of my most triumphant moments happened outside of Charlotte. You know, for me getting my degree at Durham, you know, and like stuff like that, and just me doing my first internship in DC. Although it was kind of like more like a pyramid scheme or whatever, but it just kind of stepping outside and everything to just kind of reveal yourself to yourself. Just like, you know, this is who I am. This is who I am. You know, not just blocking out like whatever people say, whatever, but just taking like a break from them. It's just like, you know, it's just
definitely travel, get away, escape. Honestly, anytime I travel, I like my thought process is just a lot more bigger. Yeah. Versus like being stuck in like your comfortable zone, I guess, whatever. But it definitely does make a difference. So that's one of my big goals this year is to travel, just go to different places and just meet different people. who knows? Maybe Texas isn't really I want to settle down at, but
Yeah, you might like Florida. Or, maybe
Yeah.
Philadelphia. It might be a different.
Ooh, not Philly. I went to Philly last January for a podcast convention.
Oh, wow. They got those? Well, actually, I know
Yes.
they got those. They had one in Charlotte.
It was
Wow.
actually really nice. Like, they had really, like, dope speakers, things like that. But I was not impressed with Philly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I give that city a 5 out of 10.
Why would you give it 5 out of 10?
The food was, like, why it's a 5. But everything there is just, like, interesting. Like, the nightlife was non-existent because I guess, like, the shootings are so bad that,
Yeah.
people really don't even go out like that, or like the clubs aren't like popping for real.
And it's always like at some weird warehouse. Like, this is dark. Like, it's just, I remember my cousin took me to one of them, and I'm like, what is this place? It's just
It
like.
was just really weird. And then like even when we were trying, because like I'm used to like if you want a day drink, you can. We couldn't even drink until like 5 p.m. Like the bars weren't opening, and I'm like, what is this? Like, I want to drink at 1 o'clock. Like I want a mimosa.
Where the mimosas at?
You know what I mean?
And they got those in DC, right? Those little like brunches and everything. I didn't really go out to the brunches that's often. I did go to a couple events, but I didn't go to a brunch.
Yeah.
DC.
Yeah. So I was just a little shocked how people acted in Philly too. I was just kind of like, now I get why people say Southern hospitality, but I didn't know it was that extreme.
No, like when last time I was in Philly, what really shocked me is like I went to like this Walmart and everything, and like they don't give you no bags. You gotta pay for the bag, and I'm like, what? It's just like
exactly, like that is weird.
I
Like,
just had to carry it on myself.
Random weird things. So of course, like I think we were there for 2 days, and our flight got canceled back home. And there was the one place where I'm like, I don't want to be stuck here. Like, I don't want any more time. Like, I have seen enough. Like, so yeah, we were there for a whole extra day, and I was just like, I just want to go home. And when you miss home, that's when you know it's not a good place. Like,
I feel that. But I was like, I passed by Philly, like, literally, because I got family there and everything, because I went there for the Roots picnic and everything. It was pretty dope and everything, although I missed a couple of performances. It was like a performance you didn't really, care for or whatever. But it was pretty dope and everything. And it's just like, just kind of being around my family up in Philly. I feel like it just kind of gives me that rose, what rose lens? Is that what you call it? Rose lens? So you just kind of see it differently. Because like when I associate Philly, I just associate with like family type stuff. So I guess like, it just depends on like what's out there for you as well. Can also make and break how you might feel about a city as well. What are some other towns that you've traveled to? I've
been a little bit of everywhere. I've kind of dabbled. Because I have family like in Indiana, so Indianapolis is a place I used to go to all the time. Clearwater, Florida, is a place that I used to go to all the time because my grandma lived there. Of course, I've been to Atlanta.
Yep.
I've been to LA, California. That was like 4 years ago. That was like feels like a whole nother life though. But yeah.
And what was your experiences with California and everything? Was it just?
I had a good time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the person I was seeing back then, like his friend was like nominated for like the Oscars. So
really,
we ended up going to like experience it and support him and all of that. So it was definitely for a reason to go. It was a good time.
Oh, nice. And how long did you stay there? Like just a couple days?
I think we were there for 3 days.
For 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh, and you still pretty much had a pretty positive experience and everything. Wasn't like too like expensive with the parking and everything. You tried the donuts or?
I don't know the price of anything.
You don't know the price of anything?
I didn't really pay for anything.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
High rollers. Okay. No problem.
I guess.
Nothing wrong. But in terms of like the food was pretty dope and everything.
Yeah. I had a good time. I forgot about the one place that's like known for their burgers.
Now I'm trying to get back to it. What was it called?
Is it In-N-Out?
Yeah, In-N-Out.
I had
think,
In-N-Out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good.
And they had the little breads and everything on the sides. What's the point of those breads? Are those like what are the points of those breads? Like, what are those?
Honestly, I don't remember because I remember eating at like 5 in the. Well, it was like 5 in the morning our time.
Oh.
So I'm like freaking half asleep.
Oh, really?
Because of like the time change.
Oh yeah, that is true. They are 3 hours ahead.
I'm like, I just gotta try this.
Or no, we're 3 hours ahead. No.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay, that's one thing. I need to put that on my bucket list for sure to try. Because I heard like a whole lot of great things about like, In-N-Out Burger. And it's not tasted like delicious and whatnot. But I heard the people in LA were kind of like fake as well and everything. Did you get that kind of vibe when you're out there, or was it just like whatever?
Everyone just seemed very chill, but the one thing that I noticed was like how bad the homeless people were. As far as like the mass of it.
Yeah, major cities always have a homeless problem. DC especially.
Yeah, because obviously like Charlotte, like when the tent city situation happened, like that was like very extreme, but like
that is short period of time
is right, but that is like normal. You know, and I feel like even back then there was like they were talking about it, how they were trying to clean it up for the Oscars and push people out away from it.
Oh, wow.
And it's like you're pushing the homeless people to make yourself look better for the Oscars. How does that really?
It kind of reminds me of that South Park episode where they felt like the homeless was taking over Colorado and everything, so they had to send them to California.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's actually really bad, but it's like at the same time it's like crazy, like, you know, like could we send all this money to Ukraine and everything, and you realize like, bro, we have like legit issues here in the States and everything, and all this space in between, like Wyoming and everything, like what's going on in Wyoming, like Montana, there's plenty of space in Montana and everything, and there's so many houses that have yet to even be like filled. They usually are like broken down and everything. You could possibly just run a program where you could be able to get the homeless, I don't call them the homeless or whatever, but unhoused people. What's the new PC term? Unhoused people?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, regardless, if you could help these people by just kind of helping with this program to help kind of build these houses or kind of fix these houses and everything, and then they could just kind of keep the houses, whatever houses that they like have on hand, on top of like learning a couple skills and everything there, and even with the drug issues as well too, like, you know, kind of open like a program to help them like overcome those drug addictions as well, because it all comes from like your mentality. If you're depressed, you're going to be doing things that just aren't helpful for yourself. Like a lot of people sleep in, overeat, undereat.
Of course.
Do drugs. It is one of the things, but drugs have like such a life-changing experience that comes with that. I don't want to say experience, because experience kind of sounds a little bit too positive, but, you know, but just...
There's a reason why people do it, basically.
Yeah, there's a reason why people do it, but once they do it, it's like it turns them to... It's hard for them to get back off of it, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's just a process. But, you know, we could talk about all this from like the homeless and like all these cities and everything. Yeah. But I just want to get back to you in regards to your experiences with marketing, because I know you touched upon like, you know, with these events and everything. Do you still do events by any chance?
I took a break. Right now I'm just doing like virtual webinars for my women's collective called Divine Exchange.
Oh, nice. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so that's something I started last October. And honestly, I've just wanted to pour more into women. And it's just kind of something that I feel like me, just like being an entrepreneur, being a woman, just trying to understand what exactly that building that community just is needed, as far as like women needing support, as well as like having, even with men that I work with, they're being vetted. So they're like, this is a safe space for women to receive help as well. Because obviously, you know, the opposite sex, things like that, what that causes. And so, yeah, it's just really creating that safe space, that safe environment. So, like, every other Sunday we'll have webinars. So, what day is it? Monday?
It is Monday.
It's Monday.
Martin Luther
so
King
last
Day,
night,
actually, to put
exactly.
Yeah,
shout out to that. Last night we talked about productivity and breaking toxic behaviors.
Okay.
So, yeah, we had like a presentation, had an open discussion. Yeah, it's really positive. So.
That's dope. And how many people are in this like community? Like, is it like in the tens, the thousands?
Right now we have 9 women.
Oh, 9. Yeah. Okay, that's right under 10.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, but we are building, so we're just looking for more women that's like looking for the space. So it takes time and consistency.
Is there anywhere like where a woman can apply, just in case I want to add it to the YouTube video, maybe put out like a link or whatever? Or
basically they can DM me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I can send them the Telegram chat.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it's through Telegram, and then y'all just hop on and everything. So it's like
exactly.
Telegram kind of snuck in out of nowhere, ain't it? Like,
yeah,
it was like WhatsApp was like the thing, and then everyone just kind of went to Telegram all of a sudden. Like, I've been on Telegram for like really, like, I don't even want to get into it, really, but it's like now I'm noticing, like, everybody's hopping on, like, oh, yeah, they give you a notification, like, oh, yeah, this one in your contacts just hopped on. This person in your contacts just hop on. This person in your contacts just hop on. I'm just like, y'all are never available, but now you want to, like, hop on Telegram?
Yeah. I mean, I like it. It's good for, like, the chats and, like, interacting. Because we started a book club.
Oh.
Yeah. And we're reading a book called The Art of Seduction by
Oh.
Robert Greene. But, yeah, it's been dope.
Okay, well, the art of seduction, like what type of seduction? Like,
I mean, it's basically just understanding, like, as a woman, like, what your powers are.
okay.
And then as well, understanding men's powers, because men can also seduce. So once you kind of learn the different characters, because that's where we're at right now. We're learning the characters, and you understand which one you relate to and which other ones you don't relate to, but you're just being more familiar. Once you kind of are tapped in and you're going to have, like, your third eye more open to it, things will change.
I'll be sure to pick that book up after when I get a clean fade on the sides or something. Anyway,
Yeah, you definitely should.
Anyway, like with Telegram, so it's like you use Telegram for like matters like, you know, your book club and like your women's club and whatnot. Do you use it for anything else?
That's basically it. Yeah. Just like the group chat side of it.
Would you recommend it? I'm thinking about trying to do something in regards to like connect all the podcasters together and everything. Would you recommend Telegram?
I would say Telegram or Discord.
Oh, yeah, Discord. Yeah, of course, Discord. I've been on Discord in a minute.
Because you can also do like live chats on the Telegram.
Oh, really? And will you be able to do it on your laptop too? Like the live chats? Like maybe you could download Telegram on your laptop and everything,
probably.
like Zoom and everything?
Yeah, like you can actually like have like conversations like with multiple people on Telegram.
That's dope. Okay, yeah. Now, I didn't even realize how much power in Telegram. All right, I'll consider it.
Telling you.
I will consider it and everything. So in regards to marketing and like, what are some ups and downs like from your experience? Like, because you've been working as a marketer for like how long now? Like,
I've been studying it since 2016. I launched my brand in 2021. So what is that, like almost 4 years now?
Okay. And I'm like, yeah, what are some ups and downs and everything? Like, were there's like some events some people didn't pull up to? Like, were there like events where it's like, oh yeah, this is amazing, and everything kind of went together? Like, let me know. Holla at your boy.
I mean, I feel like everyone's entrepreneurship journey, it's beautiful moments, ugly moments, but it's just about the resilience of like how you're able to move forward and keep going. So I feel like I've had a lot of moments where I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, is this even worth it? But then, of course, there's like sprinkles of just highlights of like, this is why.
Okay.
You know, certain people that I meet, certain people that appreciate what I do. And as far as like molding exactly where I'm at, where I'm supposed to be at that moment. As far as just like the downs, I would say the downs is just like what I was telling you before about figuring out the intentions of people. Because when you're helping people, you think it's going to be great. Like people are going to appreciate it. People won't take advantage, but they will literally like stab you in the back. They'll literally like not know how to, it's just like, it's crazy to me to think about it, but it's like, yeah, like I've really had to like have a lot of boundaries because I wanted in the beginning to help so many people. And like, if you have an idea and you have a brand and you need help, you need support, like I'm so for it. But then it's like, it's just not good for me because now I'm pouring more into you and not with myself. And I've lost a lot of consistency with my brand when it comes to promoting. So last year was me. I took like a 3 to 4 month break.
Okay.
And I just restructured everything. And that's when I was working at the tax prepare company. So I was doing that kind of in private, like super low key. So I was like kind of building myself up so that when I relaunched that I would be prepared. And honestly, my mental health was like trash as well.
No, it's fine. No,
like,
seriously, I'm all for just taking a rest.
I was exhausted, like absolutely exhausted of just like showing up for meetings, showing up for people on go and like never having a moment to just rest. And last year it just made me realize like you need to rest. And now this year I'm more intentional about that and more just protective. And then I had a situation that happened. I posted it, but it was like not last October, but October of 2023. Yeah, I was sexually assaulted during a business meeting.
Oh man, I'm so sorry about that. Oh,
cool.
Damn. Oh my God. What's all this sexual assault? Like, calm the fuck down, y'all.
Calm down.
You're like literally like the second guest I've had even like admitted that they were sexually assaulted. And everything.
Yeah.
That's well on live for sure. I'm sure there's like plenty other ones for sure, but that's like.
Yeah.
It's too much, man. Like, so how does that even happen? And you don't got to go into details if you don't have to.
It's cool because, like, honestly, the experience happened for me for a reason to be able to tell my story and to be able to advocate for it. So it was definitely a situation because I'm very, like, I try my best to be smart about what I do and decisions that I make. Like, if I have a meeting with someone that's an opposite sex, always meet in public. So the meeting itself was a public place, but it happened to be his business, and I didn't realize that it was closed that day. So it wasn't until I pulled up and I see him unlocking the door, and I'm like, this place isn't open? Because it was a Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was a nightclub. So I was in my mind like, should I not go in, or should I just, I'm like, okay, everything should still be fine, whatever. And then it was just kind of more like, we were having a conversation, having our meeting, and then it was over, and I was walking out, and then that's when he started, like, touching me, grabbing me, whatever, and I was kind of, like, I froze. And that was a moment for me that, like, a lot of women, they think about when situations happen to them, this is how they're going to react. But then when there's a moment where it's, like, you freeze up because it's just so much, like, it just catches you so off guard, that's something that you have to sit with of, like, dang, I didn't defend myself. So for a while, that was hard for me. So the situation, I was lucky enough to get out of it to where it didn't go the full extent, but he still, like, touched me, things like that. But then the immediate thing was like, well, do I report it? So I remember I was talking to 2 or 3 people about it, and they never really pressured me about it, but I was just like, you know what, like, how he acted, I really feel like he was a creep.
And it should be reported because, like, somebody else might deal with that, and it might even get worse to a worse extent. Because it's just like, if he was willing to do that at his own business and everything, even risk the integrity of his own business with someone he's supposed to be working with to improve his own business.
That part.
You know, that's very, because I'm a business student too and everything. And I'm all for collaboration. I'm all for working with people and everything, regardless of what your background is or whatever and everything. But it's just like, you know, to kind of take advantage of someone or just make somebody feel automatically like uncomfortable, like that's wrong. You know, it's just like, you know, and that's bad. And it's just like the fact that it happened in Charlotte. Yeah, it's like, bro, that makes us look horrible, like, as a city. And everything. And it is, I'm all for collaborating. I had Granville Richards on the show literally last time. He even talked about, like, how we had a comedy community here in Charlotte. I didn't even realize. And it's just like, I don't even realize we have a strong, like, comedy community, and nobody's putting eyes on that either and everything. No. So it's just like, I'm all for just not righting those wrongs, but at least pushing that, you know, that vibe of like, okay, we can all collaborate together, whether it's comedy, whether it's podcasts, or whether it's music. The talent's there. It's really just a matter of just getting it organized to help. And it's just like, you hear about stories like this, and it's like, bro, you just showed up to help, and he just automatically did all that weird stuff. And like, were you able to report him by any chance?
Yeah, I reported it 2 days later.
Okay, that's good. So still pretty fresh. Not like a month later, 2 months later. Like, okay, why did you say anything earlier? Like,
that was kind of what my whole point was. I was like, you know what, let me just do it the right way, because I don't want to be the person who waits too long. And they're like, well, why did you wait so long to report? So I was like, let me just immediately handle this. And the craziest thing about it, and that's why for me it's sad, because CMPD has a lack of cops. As far as like the amount of crime that we have in the city.
Oh, really?
And when I reported it, they were like making it seem like they were going to get right on it. Thankfully, there was video footage.
Great.
So
look at God. Yes.
Right.
Because I'm just like, oh my God, let me get the justice.
And shout out to my sister. Like, she had picked me up and everything and took me. She was there for me through like the whole process. And like, the manager, because obviously he was the owner, but the manager, like, we told her, and she is a woman, and she had watched the video footage, because she was the one that told us, like, there was a video footage of it, so she watched it, and she was just like, I'm so sorry, like, it was just crazy to watch, like, whatever you need from us, just let us know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. So when I reported it, and of course the cops were asking, because it took them for a while to even get to the point to get the footage, but they asked her for the footage and she just stopped answering the calls. She didn't like cooperate with the cops. So basically,
Oh wow.
my court case just got dismissed because
Shit,
it didn't go anywhere. So that to me was heartbreaking because for me,
You should have asked for that then and there, like right in front. Like, no, I'm not leaving till you send me that.
exactly, exactly, and it was just to a point where, because obviously when the first 2 weeks when everything happened, I was like in a mindset where like I didn't even want to deal with it. I was hoping or assuming that the cops were. So when I was going up to the police station, I was going up to the police station like at least twice a week, just being like, hey, what's going on? Can I get an update? Did y'all get the video footage? Because like this is what's going to defend me of this situation. So that's when I realized completely like CMPD is just trash.
Would you say they're very passive?
Very much passive. Like, I don't think they expected me to be up there and, like, actually asking questions. Like, does it need to be subpoenaed? Like, those types of conversations. Why aren't you educating me on what the next steps are if there's something I need to do? So it was just a long time. So after probably, like, around December, I just kind of just let it go. And I was like, obviously, he's going to walk free from it. And then
and the fact that it was a woman that could have just helped you with that situation, I guess she was just trying to protect her brand or her business because just knowing that they have.
Even though they shut down.
They shut down.
The thing is, she was not a girl's girl because there's no money amount in the world. Like, you know what you saw, you know what he did, and if I want to defend myself, you should allow that. And she just didn't want to cooperate. Whenever they finally got on the phone with her, she tried to act like she didn't know who I was. She didn't know any of the party promoters that were part of that night. Like, it was just wild, like, how she moved.
Evil.
Yeah, and Karma's for sure. Like, I think she actually was on, what is that? It's not like a shade room for Charlotte, but...
Charlotte Lit?
Yeah, she actually got exposed on there, but then it got taken down because I think she probably paid them off. But she was, like, stealing from, like, bartenders or something like that, like, of their tip money.
Whoa.
So I think hopefully whoever caught her, that they take her to court, and she deals with police system in her own way.
Oh, wow. And it's like, it's not even really petty. That's just, although it's like, it's better just not even to hope on things like that. Just kind of like let people deal. Because you see the cracks now and everything. So you're not the only one that has an issue and everything. But all that's going to have to creep in eventually. Hopefully. I'm really hoping she didn't delete that footage. Because it's just like,
it definitely got deleted.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, because there's like a whole new business there now.
Oh, really? A whole new? So they're basically already shut down, basically.
Yeah, they shut down.
Okay, I mean, we're just gonna just call a spade and just have to settle in with that. I feel really, really bad because I'm like so bad, like because it's like I've been backstabbed like multiple times too. So it's like when I hear like someone like, okay, gonna get some justice, it's like I can't help it. Just it's like okay, good, they're getting it, I'm ruining. And then it's just like then you have situations like okay, well that's just life and everything, and it seems like karma served where needed. Like okay. Like, it attacked their pockets, and it's going to...
it did.
And guilt is going to sit in with these people for an extended period of time. And that's even worser than even death, because then they have to face what they have to do, what they did, or what they got away with, like, every day. Like, they can, like, drink it off, smoke it off, do whatever, go get fucked, whatever it is, like, to just, escape from that feeling. But that feeling's going to sit in with them, and then they have to deal with that. And that's why it's good not to do shitty things to people, because you don't want to sit with the guilt.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's definitely why I took a break, because I was like, I need to really get my mind right and, like, restructure myself, slow down, and not having to move so fast. But everything happens for a reason, and it's just even with, like, speaking about it, it's something I never thought I would feel comfortable talking about, but just getting to the point where just knowing that this is normal. Like, a lot of women, like, even when I was talking to some women about it, like, they all have a familiar, like, story or a situation that's happened to them where it's like there's just a lot of creeps out here, and that's just, like, a huge problem of just, like, women not being safe. So
that's very, very bad, and that's very, very powerful, and everything that you could be able to overcome this and find a new positive leash in regards to that as well. Even though we're about to end, like, this episode pretty soon, and just, like, ending on a further positive note, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
In 5 years, I hope to have my own office to where it will be a one-stop shop. Maybe even have it be a nonprofit, so where I can offer business services for free, and I get paid by the state.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's one way to look at it. All right. And I'll see if I can reach out. Do you think that you could possibly help in regards to getting the Mental Threads podcast more out there?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, dope. And everything. I'll be sure to reach out to get all that situated. I thank you for coming, and I thank you for expressing those woes, and I see you as a very, very strong woman to overcome these matters. I have a new respect for you as well, although I respect everybody, but still at the same time, it's like, to know that you even gone through that and you can still find a reason to smile and to laugh and to still push forward and not lose hope in yourself. It is very inspiring, even to me. So I appreciate you for hopping on to the podcast. And that's it. I want to say thank you very much once again for hopping on. And we are sewing in and we are sewing out. Yeah, that's it.
For sure. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you very much for coming. Yeah. Handshakes. All right. All right. So would you say the episodes are improving? Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, you're obviously